20-30 minutes extra. Yeah. Okay. Now we move on to verse number 17. Remember, in the previous verse, he encourages the seeker, Janaka, to look within and figure out the reality that this world is nothing but me, the awareness. I, the awareness, am the fabric of the world. The world is only an image. This image is strung out of me. It is sewn in me. It is embroidered in me. It is only an image means what? It is only knowledge. There is no waking world out there. There is simply the knowledge of the waking world. There is no dream world. There is simply the knowledge of the dream world. There is no deep sleep darkness. There is simply the knowledge of deep sleep. All is simply knowledge. Just like in a movie, you see a hero, heroine, you see some drama, some action, but really, is something happening there? No, nothing is really happening there. It is only the knowledge of the story. There is nothing really happening there. If you are the technical kind of person and you went and started thinking, oh, the actor acted like this, director did this, think of an animated movie. Think of an animated movie. Simply animation. Cartoon. Is there something happening there? No, nothing is really happening. There is simply the knowledge of a story. That's it. All is pure knowledge. Exactly like that is this waking world and this waking person. There is only the knowledge. Only the knowledge. The waking world gets wiped out at the end of the waking state. The waking person gets wiped out. There is nothingness. So many things are forgotten about the waking person and the waking world. That is why when I ask you, the body person, the body-mind person that is projected looks 40 and 50, 60 years old. Do you feel 40? Do you feel 50? Do you feel 60? No, why? Why do you not feel it? That is your direct experience. Knowledge cannot age. All is pure knowledge. My nature, my Swarupa is pure knowledge. All that appears in me is made of me. It is only knowledge. It is my imagination that I think this knowledge has a form. It is my imagination that I think this knowledge has desires, is based on conditions, or it is something that changes. It can be measured, it has movement, or that which can be described, that which can be fathomed, that which is at peace sometimes and disturbed sometimes, that which has vasanas. No, I have assumed all this. All this is only an assumption. It is simply knowledge. Yeah. These images appear to have form. They appear to have conditions and desires. They appear to change, appear to be measurable, appear to move, appear to be fathomable. They appear to be disturbed. No, they are only images. If you have a photograph somewhere in the room, look at that photograph. That photograph is an image. Is that image moving? Can it be disturbed? Does it have desires, conditions, vasanas? No. It's simply an image. Yeah. Become very clear about this. This is what Ashtavakra is going to go into depth now in the next verse. Remember, consciousness cannot be described directly, so it is described in negative terms. Not this, not this. No, the word no is not. Even if you add a before a word, it becomes not this. Niti. Yeah? So a and no make it negative. That is the approach of every Sanskrit text, because consciousness cannot be described directly in words. Yeah? So the verse number 17. Nirapeksho nirvikaro nirbhara sheetalashaya agad buddhir akshubdo bhavachinmatra vasana. Nirapeksho, this field of knowingness that you are. Knowingness field cannot have any conditions. Nirapeksho, devoid of conditions. In Hindi, beshart. Beshart, devoid of any shart, any condition. In every word of this sutra, Ashtavakra will remind Janaka that you have forgotten that you are knowledge. And obviously that which projects from knowledge is also only knowledge. Knowledge is nothing but image, a picture, a photograph. It is just one image after another image after another image after another image. This world is an image that is strung out of the fabric of awareness. It is only an image means it is only knowledge. It is a desire that is projected. Whatever that image is, pleasant or unpleasant, it is the desire of consciousness that is projected. And just like a movie screen has the projection of a person with a desire. Yes, it is a desire that is projected as that person. Yeah, the person has a certain desire. But does the knowledge, the entire screen, have a desire? Does the story of this person having a desire have a desire? The story is desireless, is conditionless. Knowledge is conditionless. There is simply knowledge of a desire. There is no desire. Knowledge cannot have a desire. Do you see what I'm saying? There is simply the knowledge of a condition. Child puts down a condition. You give me ice cream, mama, otherwise I know you do not love me. This is my condition. Desire, condition, whatever is laid down by that little child in the movie. Does that make that screen a desirous screen? A screen that has laid down the condition? No. This is only the screen of knowledge on which there is the projection of a story. The story does not have any condition. The knowledge has no condition. My nature is pure knowledge. All that appears in me is also knowledge itself. I am imagining that knowledge has a real form that can put down conditions. Conditions, desires germinate from a sense of lack. Can I, the field of knowingness, ever experience lack? Do I have a sense of lack? Right now, take the step beyond the body-mind person. Become the witness. Does the witness say that I am lacking something? Can it ever lack? No, it is knowledge. How can knowledge lack anything in reality? There can be knowledge of a scene in which there is the image of a lack. But the entire scene itself, that is knowledge, does not have a real form, does not have a desire, does not have a sense of lack. You are the pure knowledge screen on which a story is projected. You are not the story. Is this opening up a little bit? Yeah. I am this witnessing awareness field in which there is this person that says, I want ice cream. I am the screen, the knowledge screen in which there is knowledge of a story. Yeah, where there is the apeksha of ice cream. The condition, the desire of ice cream. I am nirapeksho. I am devoid of any conditions. Is the first part clear? If the first is clear, then everything becomes clear because it's the same. Can you give me a thumbs up? Prashant, can we turn on the camera? Otherwise the volunteers will remove you. The first word is clear, nirapeksho. Second is nirvikaro, devoid of change. Again and again he is reminding Janaka, you are the knowingness field. Yeah? This knowingness field is simply the screen of knowledge on which a story gets projected. The story might be changing, may have changing seasons. Yeah? Winter, then comes spring, then comes summer, then comes autumn. There's constant change in that story which is projected on the knowledge screen. The story is depicting change. Is the knowledge screen changing? No, the knowledge screen is changeless. Nirvikaro. I don't understand.
The flashlight to demonstrate.
No, not required. The knowledge screen is beyond change. Yes? If this is clear, understand that that which is being projected, the projection of knowledge is also beyond change. It is simply images of knowledge, one image after another, after another, after another. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. They are images. Images projected from knowledge are going to be made of knowledge. There is no real seasonal change. There is the knowledge of seasonal change. These images just seem to project a continuity in the change. But in reality, there is no seasonal change. And that is why this does not register. It is wiped by nothingness again and again and again and again. That is why when somebody asks you, do you feel 60 years old? You say, no, I don't. Why? What happened to those 60 winters and 60 summers? What happened? They get wiped out, erased by nothingness. The gaps of nothingness, erase them. Okay? There is simply the knowledge of the now. That's it. Just the now is the truth. Everything else is simply false. Even if I say I'm 60, I have seen 60 summers. Do you remember 60 summers? No. Even the idea, I have seen 60 summers. That idea is knowledge. truth is there is only the now. And the now is just the now. There is nothing changing in it. Nothing is changing. It is changeless. My nature is this changelessness, nirvikaro, pure knowledge. I am imagining that knowledge is something that has a real form and that can change from summer to winter, winter to summer. It's only an intellectual projection. There is only the now. So Ashtavakra says, I, the knowledge, the fabric out of which this world is sewn, is devoid of change, nirvikaro. I am devoid of change. Remember, change suggests, again, impermanence. Impermanence applies, there is shuttling between I and not I. Suddenly there is an I, suddenly there is a not I. But in my direct experience, I, the knowledge, am devoid of this recognition of not I. There's never been an experience, a direct experience where I am not. Correct? Do you have a direct experience when you were not there? You'd laugh at it. How can there be a direct experience of I am not? Then who is saying I am not? Do you see this? There is never an experience where I can say I am not, which means there is never an experience of impermanence. There is always the experience of permanency. Do you get it? So there is nothing like change, because change implies impermanence, no? How can knowledge be impermanent? How can knowledge miss its own presence? If it did, who is missing it? Yeah. The entire scene is knowledge. It is not a form that changes. Aha, I am nirvikaro. Ashtavakra tells Janaka, you are nirvikaro, devoid of any change. This is clear. We'll move to the next. Nirbhara, devoid of measure, immeasurable. In simple words, devoid of shape, size, length, width, height, time, space. You're devoid of all measure. Ashtavakra tells Janaka, you have forgotten that you are simply knowledge. You have forgotten that that which is projected from you cannot be anything other than knowledge. And knowledge is beyond all measure. Just does knowledge have size, shape? Does it have length, breadth, width? No. Knowledge is devoid of measure. On this knowledge screen, an image is projected. That image is like a hologram. What's a hologram? It's nothing but a projection of light. Yeah. This is light. Yeah? Light. Light is being projected. When light is being projected, what is being projected out of the source of light? Light itself. It cannot be anything other than light. Light cannot project something else. Yeah? It has to be that which is made of it. Knowledge is projecting knowledge. That image that is created here, yeah, in a hologram, you have some image created. Yeah, that image which is created here, it is made up of light. The projection cannot be made up of anything other than the projection source. It is made up of light. Yeah. If knowledge is projecting, it has to project knowledge only. The image of this form is a measurable. It has length, breadth, width, shape, size. Yeah, all this is there. It has the image of the form is a measurable projection. Just like on a movie screen. Yeah, there is the projection of an object and it has shape, size, length, width. But can you go touch the object? Is there a real ice cream on that screen? No. Yeah. Just like that. Extend that same logic to here. There is no real gratification in the sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. That is why how much ever I eat, I do not feel satisfied. I want to eat again and again and again. How much ever I touch, there is no satisfaction. I want to touch again and again and again. How much ever I see beautiful sights, I am not satisfied. I want to see again. I want to travel again. Yeah? Why? Because everything gets wiped. All measures get wiped away. This entire waking world seems to obey gravity, laws of speed, electromagnetism, nuclear force, pressure, thermodynamics. All of this, it seems so real. Yet, in reality, there is nothing happening here because all these laws are absent in the deep sleep state. There is nothing. All this is simply an image after image after image after image. And these seem to go in such continuity that it appears to be a continuous universe. In reality, my direct experience tells me everything gets wiped off. That's why I don't remember names of friends. That's why I forget the taste of something that I tasted only when I lived in India. Once I've come to US or Europe, I've not tasted it and I've forgotten. Yeah. Everything gets wiped away. Everything gets wiped away. Nothing, no measure is permanent. There's simply the knowledge of measure. There's simply knowledge. There is no measure really. Nirbhara, devoid of measure. Remember, measure applies only to a form. Yeah. So first there has to be an assumption of a form. I, the knowledge, have to assume first the form of the person called Ekta. Yeah, and then I can start measuring everything. But my direct experience is being this witness of the form called Ekta. Yeah. That is knowledge itself. There can be knowledge of a scene in which there is a measurable form. But the entire scene itself is knowledge. It is not a real form that can be measured. Nirbhara, devoid of measure. Sheetalashaya, immovable, unwavering, steadfast, devoid of shakiness, devoid of instability. That is Sheetalashaya. Very cool and calm, serene, devoid of instability. Can knowledge be unsteady? Can knowledge be shaky? Can knowledge quiver? Be afraid? No, the knowledge screen cannot have any of these negativities. It can project an image that shakes. It can project an image that quivers, that is unstable, that is insecure. It's only an image of knowledge. Yeah. This world is pervaded by me, the knowledge. It is an image that is strung out of me. My projection has to be made of me. Yeah? So in reality, there is no wavering, no instability, no insecurity. Nothing is moving here. There's really nothing happening here, Janaka. There's simply an image after image after image after image in rapid continuity that makes me feel there is a real movement happening there. It is simply knowledge. Simply knowledge. I, the knowledge, am devoid. I, the knowledge, am devoid of variability. What is variability? Sometimes stable, sometimes unstable, sometimes secure, sometimes insecure, sometimes very steady, and sometimes moving, unsteady. Yeah? This is variability. Variability applies only to a form. There has to be an assumption of a form. I, the knowledge field, I, the field of knowingness, am devoid of a form. How can knowledge have a form? There can be knowledge of a scene in which there is the image of a form, and that form is variable. But the entire scene itself is simply knowledge. It is Shītalāshaya. Yeah. It is not variable. It is immovable. Very serene, calm, cool. Okay. Next word is Agad Buddhir. Unfathomable intelligence. Yeah? And it is beyond description. Unfathomable, beyond description. That which I cannot even know, I cannot describe. Yeah? In every verse he reminds Janaka, you are forgetting, you are knowledge, and knowledge can only project knowledge. Knowledge is infinite. That which is infinite, how can it be known? How can it be fathomed? How can it be understood and grasped by that petty mind? Mind is finite, right? How can that petty intellect, that petty mind know that which is infinite? Yeah? Infinity cannot be fathomed, cannot be grasped, cannot be comprehended, it cannot be described. This world image, your people, your friends, your situations, all of them, yeah, they appear to be finite projections. Zoom out. Again and again, zoom out from the finite projection and recognize the infinite screen on which they are projected. The moment you zoom out, you realize, oh, I am infinite. I cannot be fathomed. I cannot be described in words. I cannot be known by the intellect. That which is projected, these people, these situations, these things, these can be fathomed. These can be known. Because this is simply an image. It's an image after image after image. They are only knowledge. They are not real people, real situations, real things. There is only the knowledge of people, knowledge of situations, knowledge of things, which are limited to the waking state. They are not there in the deep sleep world. I am there. I am beyond. Yeah, that means I am infinite. Is this very clear? Fathomability, comprehensibility, knowability, All this applies to finite form. So there has to be an assumption of a form first. I, the knowledge, am devoid of form. How can knowledge have a form? Agada buddhir, unfathomable intelligence. Yeah? And that unfathomable knowledge. There can be knowledge of a scene in which there is an image that can be knowable, comprehensible, fathomable. But the entire scene, when you zoom out, that field of knowledge, it is unfathomable, infinite, unknowable. You are agad buddhir, Janaka. You are agad buddhir. Akshubda, next word, akshubda. Unperturbed, devoid of suffering, devoid of agitation. Can knowledge suffer? On the screen of knowledge, there can be the projection of an image that suffers. Does the screen suffer? No. You are that screen. So zoom out from the person again and again. Yeah? This person that is suffering or claims to be suffering is only an image. Yeah? On the knowledge screen. It is a finite projection. And if you go one level deeper for the Gurukul students, there is no suffering there really. Yeah? Light projects light, knowledge projects knowledge images. It's knowledge of suffering, not real suffering. Not real suffering. Image after image after image. That is why whatever suffering you claim that the 60-year-old, 70-year-old body-mind person has gone through, all lies. Do you remember all the suffering? No, all wiped off, erased by nothingness. You claim, I have suffered so much in my life. Really? Can you see the suffering in the now? No, all stories, just ideas. Knowledge projecting the knowledge of suffering. There is no real suffering. Everything is pure knowledge. All that appears in pure knowledge is made of knowledge itself. Yeah? So every time you come up with this big dialogue, big thing in your head, see, I'm always suffering, this always happens to me, poor me. The moment you start on this, remind yourself, suffering applies only to a finite form. Hence, first there is an assumption of a form here. You've taken the assumption, I am the person. Zoom out. Zoom out. What do you see? Oh, I am the witness of the person. I am the knowledge screen on which there is the projection of a suffering image. Is there real suffering in the image? No, the image is made of the same thing that the knowledge screen is made up of. Oh, there is no real suffering here. Akshubdo, akshubdha, devoid of agitation, devoid of suffering, unperturbed, unperturbable, if there is a word like that. That which cannot be perturbed, that which cannot be disturbed. You are pure knowledge. Pure knowledge cannot be disturbed. And the last word, chinmatra vasana. You have only one vasana. You have only one desire. What is that? You have the desire for your own self. Atma vasana it is called. Adi Shankaracharya gave it the name Atma vasana. You have only one vasana, chinmatra vasana, and that is Atma vasana. You only desire your own self. You only love your own self. That's why you, the knowledge, project only yourself, the knowledge. You alone are. Eko. There is no other that can be desired. There is no other that can be measured. There is no other that can cause suffering. There is no other that can know you or describe you. There is no other. Only you are. You desire only yourself. Your problem is you forget this truth. Why? Because nothingness comes and wipes everything, no? It's going to wipe away today's knowledge also. That's why I make notes. Because this knowledge gets wiped, at least I can go back to my notes. Okay, yes. Then that also, the memory of I have to go back to my notes also can be wiped. So, what is the only solution? Direct experience, my inner seeing. My notebook can help me little by little, but finally what will help me? My direct seeing, my direct experience of the truth. Yeah? So let me resort to direct seeing. Then I will see, oh, I am consciousness. And then I'll be able to hold on to this truth. It will not slip away. You have only one vasana, the vasana for your own self. You have extended that vasana to the images that you are projecting on yourself, the knowledge screen. So you feel, oh, this body-mind person has vasana or desire. No. There is only one vasana. The knowledge screen loves itself. So it projects only itself. Knowledge images. There is no real world. There is no real person. There was only an error in my seeing, and this error will be removed by seeing the truth. So number one, homework for everybody, not just Gurukul students. If you have not started the path of direct experience, of inner seeing, now is your chance. Yes, begin this path. Ashtavakra verses videos have been uploaded already online. Begin from verse 1 and start direct seeing. Very important. If you are unable to keep up with doing it at your own pace on the website, then request the volunteers. You can send a request to the email ID that was projected during the break, and we can start a Zoom session for you all. Beginning from verse 1, chapter 1. So you work on inner seeing, see the truth. Don't believe Ekta, don't believe Ashtavakra blindly, don't believe any guru blindly, don't believe any scripture blindly. See it, experience it, understand it, experiment 1,000 times. And finally you will be able to drop the labels that the intellect comes up with. And you will be able to see, oh, I am beyond. I am beyond all the three worlds. The waking world, the dream world, and the deep sleep world. Yeah? There is only you, only you. From that you, the I thought arises. Recognize in your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. From the deep sleep darkness, first the sense of I am arises. Then it holds on to another thought. It holds on to a dream image. It holds on to a dream tiger. There is no dream there, really. It is only thought. And thought is only awareness. From the dream thought, the waking thought arises. It is only thought. There is no waking world there. All arises from you, from nothingness, from awareness. All dissolves back into you at the end of the waking state, at the end of the dream state. Waking thought recedes back into dream thought recedes back into the I thought. I thought recedes back and dissolves and disappears into the nothingness of deep sleep. You start seeing it in your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. You can do this tonight. You can take an afternoon nap and see this truth. Yeah, so if you've not worked on this, this is very essential. Then only will you be able to strongly establish yourself. When you see the I thought arise out of the nothingness and recede back into that nothingness, and that I still know the nothingness. Oh, I am not the witness consciousness. I am beyond the witness consciousness. Then the recognition comes, I am pure consciousness. I project myself as the witness. The witness projects itself as the dream thought. The dream thought projects itself as the waking thought. It is all me. It is all knowledge. I alone am. Eko. I desire only myself. Chinmatra vasana. Only one desire I have. This is the truth. This is the truth. Hold on to this truth today. Do your self-evaluation. Do I see this? If not, today take an afternoon nap. Keep your notebook and pen on the side. Yes, go to sleep. Let the body sleep. Just before lying down, remind yourself only the body lies down to sleep. Only the mind rests. I never sleep. I know the body when it's awake. I know when it has gone to sleep. And I know when it has completely disappeared from knowing. That knowledge of the body also disappears. The knowledge of the person disappears. I still am. There is still that sense of I. The dream thought disappears. Dream person disappears. I still am. There is absolute nothingness in deep sleep. I still am. And then in that nothingness, suddenly the sense of I am comes back. And that I am holds on to a dream thought and projects a dream image. And the same I thought projects the waking. See this entire cycle of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. I will request the volunteers to post a 5-minute Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana audio instruction in flock. I hope everybody is on the Ashtavakra flock. If you are not logged in, it's already there in your email. Go to your inbox, search for flock. You'll find Ashtavakra flock. Join it. It's a free app. Download it. And on flock, they will post the audio for Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana, 5 to 7 minutes instruction. Use that instruction to go to sleep. Then let the body mind go to sleep. Then what happens, happens. When you get up from your afternoon nap, immediately take your notebook and pen and jot down what you see. Again repeat this in the night. So take an afternoon nap and again in the night you do it. So before we meet, you should have completed 2 Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhanas. Even if you feel, oh, I don't understand anything, I didn't see anything, doesn't matter. Whatever you see, you write down. Yes? Then only will you come to the level of Janaka. Then only will you understand what Janaka is understanding from what Ashtavakra is saying. Clear? Lots of homework for today. So no movies, no partying, no disco today. Yes? Completely devoted to Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana this entire weekend. Yes? Everybody committed? You call your friends and say, next weekend I'll come. Yeah? This weekend is me time. So practice Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. The volunteers will post the audio instructions. And I will see you again tomorrow. We'll finish the last 3 verses of this chapter tomorrow. Okay? If you have questions, please post them in Ashtavakra Samhita flock. The Gurukul students will stay online and complete the self-evaluation. Yeah? And email it to me. Others who feel like doing the evaluation, answering the homework questions, means self-evaluation, please feel free to do it and send it to me. Okay. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.